Hello, welcome to travelogue number 3. I totally forgot to look at the date, but I think it's the 10th, July 10th. Today is my last day in San Francisco, and I'm just catching up on some work. I'm going to be doing a crystal forecast today, and I'm trying to arrange my LAB adventure. But it has been, I want to talk a little bit about San Francisco because I've been here for a week, almost exactly now, and it is just one of the most essential cities I've ever been to in my life. I'm sure Paris and other cities will be equally essential, if not more, but for me, in my life experience, San Francisco has definitely really brought out my creativity and really made it okay to be me, which was a very interesting experience because here it's just everybody's doing their own thing, and the city has such a great personality of just being who it is without trying to hide anything. Even the homeless population doesn't seem to be as hidden as it might be in other cities that I've lived in, where people, and I'm sure that people are trying to end homelessness here and all of that stuff, but when you're walking down the street, you'll see homeless people, and they'll just be sitting there, and they'll just be really casual about it. And whereas in Victoria, a lot of the times when I saw homeless people, they'd be like begging or something like that. I think only one time has there been a person who's asked me even for a cigarette. So it's been quite different. And then finding out that they don't have long distance here, that was crazy. My mind is blown by that. I wish we didn't have long distance in Canada. But we have good health care, which is great. And it's kind of crazy that you have to pay to go visit a doctor. I'm feeling really, really, really lucky that I don't have to pay to use medical services. And I'm sure a lot of this is quite familiar to people who are older than me or who are travelers. It's just been an interesting experience for me. So some of the great things that I did in San Francisco as highlights, I went and I partied with some of my friends, and we went to a bar that had a waterbed in it, and it was so much fun until we realized how disgusting the waterbed was after I accidentally pulled back the carpet a bit. What else did we do? I got sick for 2 days. I'm still recovering a little bit, but I'm feeling much better. And I went to Haight-Ashbury area, and I love Haight-Ashbury area. I love it there. I love shopping there. It's awesome. It's where I got my superhero boots. I would totally take everybody there. Then I went to ecstatic dance, and that was amazing. I learned how to contact dance there, and I danced with 2 other people, and it was really fun because I'm so small that the men were just swooping me up, and my feet were barely touching the ground, and it was great until I lost my glasses, and then it was still great. I just had to find my glasses. What else did I do? Went to Glen Canyon Park, which is amazing, a canyon in the middle of San Francisco that has been untouched, and it has some crazy history behind it that I learned yesterday, where there was a dynamite factory there until it exploded, and then there was like a circus with elephants and tigers and a tightrope rocker until, I don't know what happened with that. Oh yeah, until the people around the neighborhood, they complained about it because the children couldn't play there because often there would be boisterous fights there, and they wanted it to be a playground. But now it's just a canyon with a really beautiful walkthrough that I visited a couple times. I'm lucky enough to be living in a house in Noe Valley right now with 2 really great people that I met at Enchanted Forest. Through it's just crazy synchronicities. I've known them in past lives, and they're just amazing people that I've just continued to fall in love with as I've stayed at their home. So ecstatic dance. Then I went and I met some people, and we talked about energy work. we were supposed to do energy healing, but we just talked about energy work, and two of them are inside this energy school, and they're really cool people. And then, I went to a pipe ceremony yesterday, and that was really cool. It was from a Native American church, and it was a really intense experience because I could feel the truth. And as the ceremony began, and we were starting to speak our prayers with the pipe, I could feel the healing that was happening on the land between the peoples, and I could feel the ancestors come into the room, and I could see them with gratitude coming and really receiving the acknowledgement that they were part of the ceremony and part of this land. And it was really, really powerful. And I wanted to give so much because I could feel the authenticity and the importance of this work that the medicine man has set up and has been doing for 13 years. And he's a full-time medicine man. I didn't get to meet him, sadly, but I got to meet many people who are inside the church, and they are all such wonderful, authentic people. And it's very, I was actually really nervous when I was making my prayer in front of maybe like 20, 25 people. I guess because it's a very private, personal thing that we do, or at least I do. I do it a lot, but not in front of people. And it was really cool, really interesting to be witnessing people making their prayers, talking to the spirit, to the universe, whichever words you want to use for the consciousness of love that holds us. It's really beautiful. I cried. Let's see what else. So those are all the good things. The shadow side of my trip right now is funding and solving. I want to solve my financial situations or struggles permanently, not just month to month. And I've been working on it for a while, and I really want to just solve it. I'm not entirely sure how to do that yet, but I'm definitely going to be figuring it out. I'm currently trying to do a work trade for a ticket to LIB. If you check my Facebook page, it's on there. I believe I am offering, in exchange for a ticket to LIB or the money to buy one, a crystalline DNA activation session plus 3 crystal healings plus 2 crystal readings, which is a value of over $300. So if you're interested in doing that kind of trade, just send me a message. And let's see, some really amazing realizations and learnings have been occurring for me as well as I travel. And I am so glad that I am doing this. As much as I feel scared sometimes, I am learning to trust more in the universe. I am learning to create space for me to sit back and hear my own wisdom and my internal guidance system. I am creating amazing connections with the right people that intuitively I know are going to be like, I don't know what exactly it is, but I know that the connections that I'm creating are really important right now. And I know that I'm calling in the right people. I do say a lot, I realize in this video. I've been listening to myself, so I'm going to work on that. I wanted to give you a quote. Oh, by the way, priestess energy is really strong right now, and it keeps coming back into my life, and so I'm feeling like I need to look into how do I work with this priestess energy? What does it mean to be a priestess? And different things like that surrounding priestess seems to be a strong call. So the quote that I wanted to give you today is, Until you give the world its freedom, you will never be free. And that is a quote that Shane Manifesto gave me from one of his teachers. I'm not sure who the teacher was, though. I wasn't really planning on using it until right in this moment. I just really resonate with that. And with that, I would just like to say goodbye. Have a good time, whatever you are doing on your adventures, on your travels, or maybe you're just staying home. Either way, it can be an adventure. Trust me. This may be the Sagittarius in me talking, but trust me, everything can be an adventure. So enjoy it. Enjoy where you are right now, because it's more than perfect. It is what it is. See, sickness. Oh, and by the way, 2150 is an amazing book, and one of its main messages is that when we can step into loving acceptance of everything that is in the moment that we are, that is when we attain macro consciousness. And when we can live from that space, that is the space of living from where everything is perfect in the way that it is happening. There is no pushing, there is no pulling, there just is when with the flow of the universe. And we live from a space of being connected with everything and trusting and knowing that everything is so divine and so perfect that there can never be any imperfections at all. And that each soul is walking this planet learning their individual lessons. And if we take away one of their lessons, they'll have to repeat it. But if we allow them and help them with their lessons, and it just goes for us as well, we are each walking through lessons that we've chosen to learn. And if somebody takes that experience away from us, then we have to go through it again and again and again until we learn it. But we know from macro consciousness that we are learning those lessons. And we are moving forward back into the space of unconditional love that we are. And part of our journey is to learn to enjoy where we are with loving acceptance, no matter what is going on, with loving acceptance that it is what it is, and it is perfection. I hope that makes sense, because that's what I got out of 2150. I actually got a lot out of that book. So, read it. It's amazing. Okay, love you lots. Bye.